So it's Benny's birthday weekend. Normally we go to St. Augustine, drive up Interstate 95. This year we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to take a different adventure, go to a different destination. This year we're going to go take the train to Savannah. The Deland train depot is located about 3 miles west of downtown and was built in 1918. These days it hosts Amtrak service along the southeast United States. Today we'll be traveling on Amtrak Silver Meteor, and after a slight delay our train arrived and we boarded for the 5-hour journey north to historic Savannah, Georgia. Quick stop. Already moving. The route is about 260 miles through northeast Florida, crossing the St. Johns River, the longest in Florida, and one of the only rivers in the United States that flows north. After a brief stop in my hometown of Jacksonville, we continued north, heading to Georgia. After a visit to the cafe for a snack, we finally arrived at our destination, Savannah. Well, we made it to Savannah. From the station, we took an Uber to our hotel, the Staybridge Suites, located in the historic district. This was an excellent location near the river. Since our train was late, we also missed our planned dinner reservation, so we had to navigate the rough cobblestone road down to explore the riverfront looking for something to eat, which we found at Lizzie's Burger Bar. There's lots to see and do down here, even ghosts, but we'll save that for another day. After a good night's sleep and our complimentary breakfast, we left our hotel and returned down the cobblestone road to the riverfront. There we boarded the Old Town Trolley for a 90-minute narrated tour. The tour costs about $40 and stops at most of the points of interest. Our driver Gina was very knowledgeable of the city's history.
Okay. Now, when Oglethorpe arrived here, this river was just 12 feet deep. We just finished the 10-year-long dredge and got it down to a whopping 47 feet deep.
This part of Savannah has beautiful parks with large oak trees every few blocks that date back to the original city's plan in 1734. Your trolley ticket allows you to get on and off at any stop all day long, which we did later in the day.
This is the square where Forrest Gump was filmed at, right on the other side. In the center of the square, you're going to see a bronze statue. And there, folks, that is not the Captain Morgan statue, but our founding father himself, James Edward Oglethorpe.
Now, the original city market was demolished in 1954 to build a parking garage. Today, the parking garage has been moved underground, And the city market houses shops like the Savannah Candy Kitchen with its 110-year-old saltwater taffy machine. And Bird's famous cookies since 1924. And just like the Savannah Candy Kitchen, they offer free samples. It was late in the afternoon, so we took the trolley back to our hotel to get ready for dinner. For dinner, we headed to the oldest restaurant on River Street, Boar's Head Grill and Tavern. It's been there since 1959. And to be honest, the place was recommended to us for one of their dessert items. Like most buildings here on the River Street, it's made of old stone and brick, and you can just feel the history inside this place. Penny had the pork chop, and I ordered the salmon. Both were very good. For dessert, she ordered the pecan pie, and I got what we came here for, which was the warm chocolate bread pudding. It was delicious, and more than enough for our busy day. Good morning from Savannah. It's chilly, 34 degrees outside this morning. Martin Luther King Day. So we got the parade coming up later on this morning. I'm going to take a little walk and go visit the cathedral. So on my way to the cathedral, I came up across the old city cemetery, so we're going to take a walk in there. Colonial Park Cemetery was established in 1750. It covers a peaceful 6 acres and contains more than 9,000 graves. There are some buried here that fought in the American Revolution, served in the Continental Army, and even a signer of the Declaration of Independence, Button Gwinnett, who met his end after a duel. There are large family plots, and even a wall for misplaced headstones. And as we continue south, we can begin to see the spires of the cathedral come into view. Cathedral of St. John the Baptist was constructed in 1873 and was nearly destroyed by fire in 1898. It's been reconstructed and still magnificent today. Inside, it's a beautiful, inspiring, and humble place to worship. Outside, its spires reach an amazing 214 feet. With all the nice parks and a city hall covered in gold, you never know exactly what things you might see. Penny and I then went downtown to watch the parade. Martin Luther King is remembered here in a very big way in Savannah, with many events held across the city, including this parade, which travels more than 2 miles through Savannah. We then went to an early lunch at Lady & Son, which is Paula Deen's popular restaurant. The menu is exactly what you would expect, great Southern food. We even paused for a picture with Paula. Well, it's not actually her. Afterwards, we returned to River Street to walk off our lunch, do some shopping, and enjoy the river. This is where we've discovered one of Savannah's best kept secrets. Savannah Bell's Ferry. And so now we just wait for the ferry.
Try to pull it back.
It's a free water taxi along and across the river that takes about 30 minutes or so. It offers some really great views along the riverfront. As the day was slowly winding down, we were too. We were still full from our lunch, so we called it a day. We had a very early morning train to catch, so we had arranged for our taxi the night before. However, the taxi was late in picking us up. So when he finally arrived, it was like Daytona 500 meets Motown karaoke loud. Remarkably, we made it to the station on time and in one piece. And once our train arrived, we boarded for our trip back home. So as we settled in our seats to relax, we were treated to a beautiful sunrise sky across the Savannah. Almost poetic, don't you think? The rest of the journey took us back through rural parts of Georgia and Florida. And with a few stops along the way for passengers who were either getting on or getting off. And after our stop in Jacksonville, it was once again back across the St. Johns River and closer to home. Shortly before noon, we arrived back at the Deland station, and as we stood on the platform, the Silver Meteor left us and continued on its way south. And leaving me to think about our next adventure.